was our first school customer, but prior to that I had a number of customers that I did work for locally. And one of the customers that I worked with was the Point Brewery. And the Point Brewery had a Burroughs B80 machine, which was a mini computer that Burroughs provided not only the brewery, but also, as it turned out, Merrill area public schools. And while I was working at Point Brewery, the Burroughs salesman happened to stop in and sees me sitting behind the computer wondering what I was doing there, and he asked, "What am I doing there?" And I told him, "Well, I'm writing programs for the Point Brewery." And he said, "Well, you know how to write programs?" I said, "Well, I better, because they're depending on me." He said, "Well, would you be interested in writing programs for other people that have a computer similar to this B80 that Point Brewery has?" I said, "By all means, I need to feed my family."
Show me that smile again.
He then introduced me to Merrill area public schools. They wanted a salary negotiation system written on their B80 machine. Well, they decided to award me the contract. But we didn't have our own computer, so we had to use their computer, and they were nice enough to let us use their computer. So Cliff and I both could drive back and forth to Merrill blindfolded, because we must have done it 150 times in that 6 weeks. So we would work from 4 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon until 7 in the morning. And we offered to do a live demonstration for the superintendent and the business manager. And the Burroughs salesman was following this whole project, and he asked if it would be okay to invite the 55 other Wisconsin schools to come and see the live test, so to speak. And of course I said by all means, because we were looking possibly at having other schools buy our software. Well, of the 55 schools that were invited, only 3 chose to come to the presentation. Wrightstown, Tomahawk, and Wautoma schools. That was the bad news, that only 3 out of the 55 showed up. The good news was all 3 of them gave me an order for that software. So that's how we got into the school business, and we're very fortunate to find that niche. Back then, we wore 3 or 4 or 5 different hats. We had to develop the software, we had to sell the software, we had to demonstrate the software, we had to market the software. So we had quite a few roles that we had to play, so there wasn't any time for rest. The first 15 years, maybe 20 years, just absolutely flew by. It was a fun time, and Cliff and I think back on it very favorably. What has stayed the same is our relationship with our customers and our devotion to meeting their needs. The sky's the limit.